A man like you looks like you should already have some bitches.
Yeah, man, I got plenty of bitches, but you always need more bitches, you know what I'm saying?
I'ma slick your finger in you while we fuck. You been dreaming about me sliding in your butt. You go west of mouth just to catch a nut. Keep some tissues by the bed just to clean you up. Might get aggressive, superstitious, girl, I'll flip you over. Legs on my shoulder, we were on a roller coaster. Oh, great adventure, I'll shoot vids, I'll take your picture. Keep it to yourself, a shade of clips on hashtag whole Twitter. I'll be your dick appointment, 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 I'll be your dick appointment. Extra rounds, I'm with it, don't tell me when you finish. I know when legs are twitching, she start damping, you are dripping. I take that as the business, roll the grass and let you hit it. Okay, one more time I hit my right, now that's my visit. Woo! I'll be your dick appointment, 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 I'll be your dick appointment.
What's up, everybody? This is the CEO of Jersey Turns Up ENT. My name is B. Also CEO of We Are Jersey Magazine, as well as We Are Jersey Diamonds. I'm sitting here today with Jersey's own 89 The Brainchild. So for everybody who's never heard of him, tell them a little about yourself.
I am possibly one of the most interesting artists that you may hear ever coming out of New Jersey. And I mean that.
It's true. So for anyone who's ever heard of you before, and they've never seen you perform before, what can they expect for a project that you might have coming out soon?
Right now we have K-Fape coming out. That should be dropping within early April. K-Fape, for those who are unfamiliar, it is the concept of method acting within the realm of professional wrestling. Kind of how The Undertaker is the dead man, but he's really Mark. His name is Mark, but he remains in that character. So for me, this was kind of me just establishing a character and giving you a persona, where a lot of times in like previous projects that I put out, and even sometimes in the performance, I kind of just speak within perspectives on the setting, and I kind of like just build the story around the setting. So right now, this is kind of a reintroduction, or maybe an introduction in general for those for the first time.
All right. So how many songs are on this project?
We are going it's keeping it slim. It's at 9 tracks. We didn't want to go too heavy with it. I think this is just the introduction right here, because we got more.
All right. So out of all the 9 tracks that you have coming out, what would you say is the songs that connect with you the most to who you are?
I would say Thugs R Us. I think Thugs R Us is a record that really clicks with me. And for that, the reason behind that is I think there was like a lot of misconceptions around the hip hop, and especially within the local scene that I was a part of coming up, where I think no one really considered what we were doing like had that much value, because we weren't really trying to push our art into like certain arenas that are just pushed with a high regard, like whether it be magazines, radio, websites at the time. Like this was just us doing it for just our sake, but people didn't really understand that, so we kind of looked at it as degenerates. So Thugs R Us kind of paints that picture and kind of like sets things straight in a fun way. And I think Dick Appointment is the song that speaks to me. I'm a single man, and Dick Appointment really just, it speaks to that.
You're gonna see a little bit of a snippet of that later. You hear it first.
Yeah, the video's out, man. That was fun.
That's dope. What would be the third song then?
The third song, I think, would possibly be Year. Or maybe Year. There's a lot of R's in there, so you gotta kind of just carry it over. That record, I think, just because the first lines are logging online, see a lot of people woke, signed out, stepped outside, see a lot of people broke. And that was something that, for me, like as I wrote that, these were kind of things that were concepts that have been pushed, whether you're online or whether we're in reality. The concept of whether we're putting the culture first, whether we're putting ourselves first, whether it's the culture, is it even a real thing, quote unquote. for some people, and this was kind of just that combat that is all like just part of Black culture right now at like this point in time where there is a kind of a conflict. So that's kind of my conflict within the song. Like I put it all within there.
That's dope. It's definitely something that's very common, talked about every day,
Yeah.
regardless of where you go on social media, look at on the news. So I think that's very dope because that's you delivering a message at the same time.
I try to keep the message there despite all like the foolery that we could put into the videos and sometimes the music itself. Like we try to like reel it in with like a core theme so people could walk away with something.
Where, so I also heard that you are very much into wrestling.
Yeah, yes.
What's the deal with that?
I think like with kayfabe, like I said, it's the concept of method acting within professional wrestling. I came up watching wrestling as a child, and as I like grew into the whole like wrestling is fake, like I understood that. During that same time, I was going into like performing arts, like not even just as a musician. I did theater in high school, so like for me, I was able to kind of redirect how my passion was for wrestling, where it wasn't just, oh yeah, like this guy's beating up his boss. I'm realizing, you know what, Stone Cold and his boss are on pretty good terms right now. So it's not, that's some bullshit. But I can sit there and understand and appreciate the storytelling.
Yeah.
And to a live crowd, and that's something like for me as an artist who prides himself on his live performance, I definitely take that like very like deeply, and I'm very passionate about that. You can find me on Twitter as well at 89Brainchild. On Instagram, it's 89 ain't on the gram, because I was like a running joke that I wasn't on Instagram or shit, and I'm an art man account, but I really do run an account. Like I like freaky pictures of me, so fuck with that. Yeah, man. That's how you find me. Or you can find me at Psyched NJ. That's the squad. And Psyched House, HAUS.
So you heard it first. Follow him everywhere. Listen to his new project when it drops.
Kayfabe.
Stream it. Make sure you give him the plays, and make sure you follow him on Instagram.
89 ain't on the gram. Look it up.
All right. We are Jersey. You heard it first.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.